We have just a minute before we begin our practice of Yoga Nidra today. So if you may want to gather some props to help support your body during the practice. You might like something to sit on to elevate the hips, be sitting for the first part of practice, and props to help support your body when you'll be laying down for the majority of today's practice. Maybe a blanket to cover you, maybe something that's a little weighted or heavy to put over this low hip area for some extra grounding and comforting during the practice. Blanket to cover you, bath towels, blankets, couch cushions, pillows. Be creative and gather some things. If you decide not to use them, then they're there. But it's really important to have things to support your body so you can be just as comfortable as absolutely possible during practice. Namaste. Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. I'm Crystal Ann Hanson, and I'm really happy to be here guiding you through this ancient practice of Yoga Nidra. So Yoga Nidra means yoga sleep, but I'll be asking you to stay awake during this practice. Yoga Nidra has been scientifically shown to help better sleep, calm the nervous system. My teacher always said it awakens something within us, at the same time bringing calm to us. It's a recalibration of the brain and the mind, and just such a beneficial practice. So I'm really glad that you're here practicing it with me today. We're starting in a supported seat. So if you could come into a seat where your hips are a little higher than your knees, sitting however your body is comfortable. And that's really important. There's no need to look like you're on the cover of a yoga magazine. Just be comfortable in your body, but allowing those hips to be a little higher can help to open that part of the body and be a little more comfortable as we sit. And we're going to use a mudra today, Garuda mudra. Garuda means eagle. So I'd like you to open up your palms facing you, cross the right behind the left, and we form this shape that looks like eagle wings. Bring that right into your heart center. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and just let these wings rest. Let the shoulders come away from the ears, let the elbows be soft. Move your jaws around just a little bit, inviting any stress or tension that's been built up to dissipate. The jaws are really powerful. They tend to hold a lot of stress. And when they get stressed, it can go down into the neck, the shoulders. Move them around. And then as you let your jaws rest, find just a little bit of space between the layers of teeth, maybe a slight parting of the lips. Here, you're welcome to close your eyes or find a gazeless gaze off the tip of your nose. Just inviting yourself into practice. Let's take a long, deep inhale through the nose. And a slow, steady exhale out the mouth. And another cleansing breath. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling completely through the mouth, letting it go. One more time, inhaling long enough to fill the lungs. Exhaling completely, letting it all go. And then just pulling the navel in at the very end, holding for just a moment or two, kind of igniting that Agni, the seed of fire in the body. And then letting the belly relax, the jaws relax again. Feel grounded, seat, knowing that you're connected to something stable, connecting to something bigger than you, but that you're also part of. Garuda mudra is healthy for the respiratory system. It also is a mudra that helps us bring out our courage and our strength. And some of these times lately, it might be a little more difficult to find courage and strength. So let these eagle wings warm your heart, stimulate your respiratory system, and be a reminder that we have strength and courage within us. Begin to connect with your breath, not changing the breath, but just noticing how your body is choosing to breathe right now. You might feel sensation as the breath moves in. You might feel a different sensation as the breath moves out. Breathing in, we bring in life force, prana, energy, oxygen, nourishing our bodies. As we breathe out, the body lets go of what's no longer needed. Just coming into tune with your breath. And see if you can invite your mind to also just flow with this gentle rhythm of your breath. As we know, our minds like to be busy. When they have a focus, they tend to find a little more quiet. So invite the mind to just focus on the rhythm of your breath. The mind begins to wander. Invite it back to the breath. And notice the qualities of your breath. Is the breath even, consistent, quiet, slow? Notice the qualities of your breath. As you continue, see if you can find those qualities in your breath. Breathing in evenly, consistently, where inhale and exhale sort of flow right into one another. The breath is quiet. The mind will follow the rhythm of the breath. Coming back to the breath whenever the mind begins to wander. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Slow, even, consistent, quiet. In Yoga Nidra, we work with something called the Sankalpa. There are different types of Sankalpa, and for this purpose, it's more of an intention or a goal. I'll invite you a couple of times to bring a Sankalpa in, the same one for today's practice. So it might be something you're already working with in your life. Perhaps it's a resolution you set, a goal you're working on, or perhaps there's something that's bubbled up behind these eagle wings that you'd like to work with today. Whatever that is, I'd like you to invite that into your awareness. And when we set a Sankalpa, we set it with clarity and deep intention. So as you say it to yourself, perhaps you use your name, today's date. I, Crystal Ann Hanson, 15th day of April, 2020, declare. Setting your sankalpa, planting those seeds nice and deep. Your eyes can remain closed. And we're going to take the hands now, these eagle wings, and let them slide down to the low abdomen. Keeping the fingers spread wide, shoulders relaxed, I'm going to invite you into some diaphragmatic breath. Diaphragmatic breath helps strengthen the lungs. Again, it's good for the respiratory system. If practiced over time, it can help lower blood pressure. It might lower the heart rate. A very healthy practice. Often when we're stressed, we begin to breathe shallow into the chest. But when we breathe deeply all the way through the lungs, helping the diaphragm to move down and plunge back up, we can refresh the lungs. We bring in full life force of prana and oxygen. So with your fingers spread nice and wide, the belly relaxed, begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, this time with a little more effort or control. With this diaphragmatic breath, there is probably some sound, and you can feel the fingers moving away or lifting, rising as you inhale, coming back in as you exhale. As you inhale, the torso fills, expands. As you exhale, it contracts back to center. A few more rounds of this diaphragmatic breath, keeping the jaws relaxed. I'm inviting you to use your hands now, just so you can feel how this diaphragmatic breath works. Bring this breath into your everyday life. You're doing the dishes, walking around the house, or just feel like you need a little bit of energetic value into your day. Begin to breathe this diaphragmatic breath and see what it brings you. Take one more round in and out. Good. Again, you can keep your eyes closed and just listen, or you're welcome to open your eyes. From here, let's inhale the arms up all the way overhead. And as you exhale, take a gentle twist to your left, letting the back fingers reach onto the mat or the floor, touching something so they're grounded. And your right hand might be resting on your knee. Turn your head all the way over that left shoulder, keeping the spine nice and tall. A slight tuck of the chin to just lift the crown. And just breathe here. Some more of that diaphragmatic breath, inviting some prana to move along the spine. And now just gently take your head and gaze over the right shoulder. The head stays neutral. Everything else stays into the twist. Let's inhale the arms up and overhead. The shoulder blades stay down. As you exhale, find a gentle twist to your right. Again, grounding both hands, taking a gaze over that right shoulder. Pulling the navel in just slightly, letting the jaw be soft. And then turn your head to gaze over the left shoulder. Noticing what you feel in the cervical spine, right around the neck. Come back to center, inhale the arms up, out to the sides, and then give yourself a big hug. You might be living now and not getting a hug from someone else, so give yourself a hug. But really reach those fingers back as far as you can, pull the navel in just slightly. And if you find some of those little muscles between the ribs, the intercostals, do some tapping with the fingers or take some circular motions, just giving them a little bit of massage. Squeeze nice and tight. Then open the arms nice and wide and hug yourself with the other arm on top. This side will feel just a little bit awkward because we're creatures of habit and we tend to do some things with the same side, our comfort side, all the time. Again, reach back as far as maybe finding some of those intercostals and giving a little bit of massage or movement there. Let's inhale the arms up and overhead, turn the palms out, and just let those hands float down. This is the part where you get to find yourself in a very comfortable position on your back. And please use any of your props to help support your body. As you come to lie down, you might be in corpse pose, shavasana, or perhaps if you have issues with the low back and hips, you might want a bolster or a rolled up blanket under your knees. You might take a smaller roll that fits right in this curve of the cervical spine, adding some support there. And perhaps you cover yourself with a blanket or have one available to you, since often the body temperature will drop during Nidra practice. And those of you who gathered weights, which could be books or maybe folded blankets, I'll invite you to place that right over the low hips, right around the navel. So as you get centered, make sure you feel really comfortable, finding a place where you can be for the next almost 30 minutes. If your arms are by your sides, then turn the palms up. This helps to set the shoulders, and it's also a sign of acceptance. Being here to accept whatever your practice brings you without expectation. Opening the heart. So wiggle around, find any movement that you need to make sure you're really comfortable. When you find that place, invite yourself into stillness, knowing that, of course, you have the free will to move, but for the next many minutes, you're choosing to be in stillness. Bring your awareness to your skin and notice how the air feels on all the places of your skin that's just exposed to the elements. Notice how your clothing feels as it touches your skin, and how it feels if your skin is touching the floor, your props, just being aware of this sense of touch. And then invite it to rest. Bring your awareness to your mouth. You might notice a taste in the mouth. Often there's a taste of food or beverage. Sometimes there's a taste of emotion. Maybe there's a taste of sweetness or of joy. Then invite the sense of taste to rest, and invite the tongue to just rest in the bottom of the mouth. Bring your awareness to your nostrils. And perhaps you can detect an aroma or a scent that's in your space. And then just invite the sense of smell to rest. Let your awareness come to your eyes. These eyes are so important. They're the portals to our outside world. Let them rest. Yoga Nidra is a very inward practice. Let the eyeballs sink deeper into their sockets, letting them be nourished by your own body's fluids. Only needing to look inward during this practice. Bring your awareness to your ears. Invite your eardrums to sink just a little deeper into your skull. During this practice, only needing to hear the sound of my voice, and the sound of your voice if it has something positive and relevant to say to you. And say to yourself, I am practicing Yoga Nidra, and I will stay awake. I am practicing Yoga Nidra, and I will stay awake. If it's taking effort for you to stay awake, then don't. Just let your body do what it needs. You'll still receive benefit from this practice. You'll hear me mentioning other parts of your body now, and as you hear them, let your awareness drift there and invite that part of your body to sink a little further into relaxation, a little further into letting go. The jaws, the back of the skull, the outer corners of the eyes, the inner corners of the eyes, the center of the forehead, the space between the eyebrows, the pit, the very front of the throat, the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, the center of the right palm, the tip of the right thumb, and the tip of every other finger on this hand, the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, the very base at the front of the throat, the left elbow, left wrist, the center of the left palm, the tip of the left thumb, and the tip of each and every other finger on this hand, the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, the pit at the very front of the throat, the center of chest, right of chest, center of chest, left of chest, center of chest, the navel center, that whole pelvic area, front, back, and sides, the right hip, right knee, right ankle, the center of the sole of the right foot, the tip of the little toe, and the tip of each and every other toe on this foot, the right ankle, right knee, right hip, whole pelvic area, the left hip, left knee, left ankle, the center of the sole of the left foot, the tip of the little toe, and then the tip of each and every other toe on this foot, the left ankle, left knee, left hip, the whole pelvic area, the navel center, the center of chest, base at the pit of the throat, the space between the eyebrows. Your entire body, from the tips of each and every toe, all the way up through the very top of your head. Your entire body, from the very top of your head, all the way through your body to the very tips of your toes. Your entire being, your entire being. You'll hear me counting backwards, and perhaps within your own mind's eye, you count with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am practicing Yoga Nidra, and I will stay awake. Once again, plant those seeds of your Sankalpa, the same one that you planted just a few minutes ago. Plant it with deep intention of it coming to fruition. You'll hear me mentioning some images, and just invite whatever image comes to you to come to you. Sunrise, sunset, a sky with a beautiful full moon, a completely dark night sky, a waterfall, ocean waves, a bouquet of fresh flowers, a warm spring rain, a calm lake, a fast-moving river, a tree heavy with ripe fruit, a newly mowed lawn, a crisp autumn day, a hot summer day, a cold blizzard in the midst of winter, a warm spring rain, an image of your mother's face or an important mother figure in your life. The image of your father's face or an important father figure in your life. Yourself as an infant. The face of a person you love. Yourself as a young child. The face of a person you might often encounter in your life, but you may not know their name. Someone you used to pass on the trail, or perhaps see at the yoga studio, maybe someone who rings out your groceries. Yourself as a young child. The face of someone that you have had issues with. Perhaps there's been an argument. Perhaps you're still holding something. Invite that person's face in. Yourself as a teenager. Bring in the image of the faces of all the people in your community. That might be family and friends. And yourself in middle age. Now imagine all the faces of the people of your state. Some are familiar, some you don't recognize at all. See if you can bring them in, their faces, their bodies, all of these people within the state where you're practicing. And then expand that to the whole country, all the people of your country, their faces, their bodies, their shapes, their colors. The image of yourself in your wise years, image of yourself as an elderly person. Bring in the image of all living beings in the world. People, animals, plants. Notice the colors, the shapes, some familiar faces. Bringing into your internal awareness all living beings on this planet. The image of yourself as a corpse. The image of yourself at the end of this lifetime. A dark night sky with billions of twinkling stars. As you gaze at the sky, see the stars, maybe you see some constellations, maybe some planets resting under the brilliance of the sky, knowing that you are unique, you are special, you are loved, you have strength and courage within you. Knowing that with all of your uniqueness, you are also part of the whole. Part of this world as we know it, part of the universe, and part of what's beyond. As you rest under this beautiful sky, imagine that your sankalpa has come to fruition. And in your mind's eye, see what that scenario looks like. In the scenario, notice the air on your skin. Be aware if there's an aroma or scent in the air. Look around and notice what you see. Are you in nature? Are you inside? Are there other people, plants, animals? Notice the colors and the texture. Notice what's in this scenario of your sankalpa coming to fruition. And perhaps there's a taste in your mouth here. Perhaps here you find a taste of sweetness, of joy, ananda, bliss. Are there sounds in this scenario? Notice what you hear, perhaps just the sound of silence. Invite yourself to just be in this place, to just rest. Knowing that you deserve rest and restoration. You deserve to have your sankalpa come to fruition. That you are loved. You are unique. You are special. Take one more look around in this special scenario, unique to you. Just taking in everything you see and feel and hear and smell and taste. Know that there is this place inside of you that is always there for you. This place to find peace, comfort, joy, connect with yourself. Now, as you take one last look, enjoying the last few moments in this scenario and your experience, know that you'll begin to leave this place and we'll begin to slowly leave the practice of Yoga Nidra. Keeping your body just exactly as it is. Begin by bringing back our internal awareness. Now, in your mind's eye, envision yourself as you are right now. Your body comfortably resting, being supported. See if you can see your face and perhaps the expression on your face. Peaceful, restful, perhaps some joy. And then begin to bring back elements of your space. Just in your mind's eye, seeing the floor, the earth that's supporting underneath you, the walls around you, and other things that you recall from your space. Just slowly bringing back your mental awareness to the physical space. And now begin to bring yourself slowly and mindfully, physically back, waking the physical body. You might begin by coming back into that diaphragmatic breath, letting the breath be a little longer, in through the nose and out through the nose, feeling the torso expand as you inhale and contract as it comes back in toward the center. You might begin to just gently move each of the fingers, wiggling the fingers and the toes, and taking some rotation with the wrists and the ankles. You can remove something if it's under your head, and just gently begin to rock the skull side to side, bring a little move to the neck. And if your mouth is a little dry, take your tongue in a clockwise position, 3 circles, right over the gums of your teeth and in the inner side of your lips. 3 circles to just invite some moisture back into the mouth. And as you begin to find deeper movement, you might enjoy a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, all the way behind you, stretching the fingers one direction, pointing the toes and stretching the other direction. And maybe taking the right arm and left leg, stretching for a cross body stretch, and then switching sides. You might choose to extend the arms and legs all the way to the ceiling and just give a gentle shaking, inviting some energy to move back through the body, nice and easy. And then bending the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice deep hug. Let's stay here for a few breaths, just hugging in, feeling the groundedness of the back body, the shoulders, all the way down to the sacrum. Knees coming in, maybe resting on the belly. And perhaps you'd like to find a little circular motion here on the sacrum. 3 circles one direction, 3 the other. When you feel complete, mindfully bring yourself into the fetal position on either side of your choice, using your bottom arm outstretched to rest your head, bending the knees as they stack in toward the navel. And once again, just like beginning a practice, connect with how your body is breathing. Notice the state of your mind. And notice any shifts or any changes that this practice might have brought to you. Sometimes these effects are very obvious and sometimes they're very subtle. So just honor and be in your own experience. And let's invite a cleansing breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs. Let the breath come out like you're letting air out of a balloon. Take the palm of your top arm, plant it firmly near your chest. As you press in, inhale, and just slowly bring yourself back to a supported seat. Once you're in your seat, invite Garuda Mudra back in. That mudra of strength and courage, the eagle wings. You might close your eyes or find a gazeless gaze, just a few moments. And just let go of the practice of Yoga Nidra. There's no need to reflect or to try to remember. The practice is within you. You might feel benefits as you go throughout your day. You might feel and enjoy deeper sleep this evening. You might feel benefits as you go throughout your day tomorrow. See if you can feel your heart beating underneath these wings of strength and courage, and know that that is there for you. Let's let these wings fold into Anjali Mudra, a prayer pose at the heart. Lift the sternum to meet the thumbs, opening the heart center. Take a moment of gratitude for coming and engaging in this practice of Yoga Nidra. I am ever grateful to be here and to have led you through this practice. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Please feel free to reach out to me at any point. You can find me on Facebook, Crystal Ann Hanson. Enjoy, be well. Namaste.